Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about School Spirits, Season 1, Episode 1. So this is a series on Paramount Plus that stars Peyton List, and you know her from Jessie. She played Emma, then she went on to Bunked, and then she went on to play Tori in Cobra Kai. Now, she was also in Light as a Feather, but she was only in 1 or 2 episodes in that. So she's moving on up and she's getting those roles, and I'm very happy for her. In fact, that's the only reason why I actually watched this show. I enjoy watching her on screen. Like when she was Emma was literally like one of my favorite characters on Jessie, next to Jessie herself. And so as Light and the Feather, I don't really remember much, only because her character was so brief in that. But basically she did the typical like former Disney star thing where she threw out some F-bombs. You got to graduate sometime from Disney Channel. And so that's normally what they do when they get new projects. They throw out the F-bombs. But then I also remember she was Tori. And there she played like a completely different character from like, that of Emma. One thing I like about her a lot, other than her changing up her hairstyle for every new role to give her a different look and a different feel and a different vibe, she changes up the type of character she plays. She doesn't get typecast. She doesn't go for those type of roles. Thank God for that. You can easily get typecast, especially since she's a former child actress, been acting since she was 10, and also a former Disney Channel star. And so she always takes roles that's different from the other. When she played Emma, she was a spoiled brat, little preppy blonde type girl, like preppy, ditzy in the head, like, valley girl type. Then when she was on Light as a Feather, she was kind of still rich, but like Emma was, but a little bit more stuck up. Then when she played Tori, she is literally the bad girl and everything, who comes from like, somewhat of a poor family and stuff like that. I haven't watched the rest of Cobra Kai because I don't have Netflix. And now she's in this, where she plays kinda almost like a grunge type character. And this show is very interesting, very unique. It's technically a YA type novel-ish type show, I don't know if it's based on a novel or book. I can't find no information on it, and other than just this IMBD page and stuff, so I don't really know. This feels like a very watered down, mellow CW show or a Hulu type series. Like, it's very mellow. I say watered down CW only because CW can get very CW-ish and everything. But it feels like something like that. So if you like YA type stuff, then this is for you. Personally, it's not for me. However, this show has me somewhat intrigued, even though it's not my type of show to watch. Like I said before, I only watched the first episode because of her. And so, but I am intrigued because of the premise of this show, because it's very unique and interesting. And plus the ending was kind of like, However, I don't have Paramount Plus yet. I was only able to watch the first episode because they allow you to watch the first episodes free on their app. And sometimes they put shows on like YouTube. So most likely this will probably be on YouTube at some point in time. I just don't know yet. And so I'm unable to watch the rest of the episodes. I probably won't get Paramount Plus until the Picard series wraps up very soon. And so like this show, when I didn't know nothing about it, I didn't watch a trailer, I didn't read no synopsis for it, nothing. I just knew she was in it, and I didn't even know what the world it was about. So when I watched it, and it starts off in the opening, it's like a kind of like a prep rally type thing, and you hear them talking about a missing student. And so you see her up in like, I guess kind of like the bleachers or rafters, something like that. I just watched it yesterday. So I don't even remember people's names in this. I just remember her name. I don't feel like looking it up online right now. But I probably should. I mean, get my tablet out and stuff. When I clicked on it, it was weird. Like I clicked on, I guess, Amazon by mistake. I thought I clicked on IMDb. But anyway, come on, you stupid tablet. But anyway, and so they're talking about like a missing girl. And then all of a sudden they say her name wrong. She's all like, my name is Maddie or something like that. And I'm thinking, wait, hold up. If she's the missing girl, then why can't they see her? And I'm like, hold on, school spirits? Oh, it deals with ghosts. In fact, this entire series deals with ghosts. It has a very unique style to it. Apparently, many kids have died at that school, and for some reason, they're kind of like stuck in a purgatory at that school and everything. And one of the unique things about it is that there are several students from different time eras. One girl's from the 70s. Her guide, who is a guy, he is from the 90s. And so basically, she went missing. She does not remember going missing, and she does not remember dying. But they keep trying to tell her, hey, look, man, you know, you're dead. This is just a part of life. And it really makes you stop and think about your own mortality. Like, we don't think about death because it's very morbid and we don't want to be depressed. And why is my tablet freezing up? And so, we don't think about stuff like that. We just go on about our day and try to be as happy as possible. But then have you ever stopped and think about, is there an afterlife? And if it is, do you go up or do you go down? Or what if it's neither of those? What if it's some type of purgatory? What if you're like in a holding room? Like, what if? You know what I'm saying? And so this is something that is very unique, I think. And basically, she does not want to accept that she is dead because she wants to live and everything. I mean, heck, who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? And so, like, so she has a guide that's helping her transition better. And not only that, but there is a counselor there who is also dead. And he's the only adult ghost that is there. All the rest of everybody else are teenagers and stuff. And they all like get in a circle and they just have like, you know, a council meeting and stuff. And they also wander around school. Some of them wants to be in a council meeting, some of them don't. And they just share their experiences and their feelings. And it's very interesting. Like, I've never seen anything quite like this. Well, of course, because she doesn't want to be there. She is just like, you know, like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Plus, she's a little bit of that grunge girl thing. So, you know, she just doesn't want to deal with all this crap. She mainly spends her time hanging out with her friends, watching what they're doing, and just being around them because she just wants to be in a happy place. So she wants to be around those that still love her. Her friends are having a hard time accepting this. The teacher has an empty desk with a jacket on there, hoping one day she will come back. And her friend, she has two best friends. One is Nicole and the other one is Simon, and they believe that she is still alive somewhere and people are not doing enough to find her, but they don't want to believe that she is dead. She also has a boyfriend, a bad boy by the name of Xavier. And so there's this other dude who's a former Disney Channel star. His name is Wally and he's a ghost. And her guide is Charlie. And so, like, basically the first episode just revolves around her not accepting she is dead, her hoping that she's in a coma somewhere. And so as a result, we get to see certain things that happen with her in school. Her bad boy boyfriend that she dates and everything, it turns out he is cheating on her with the cheerleader. She finds that out at the end of this episode. She never knew that. Because when she was alive, he was like avoiding her texts, saying his phone doesn't work, but she knew something was up. And so, like, at some point in time, he took her cell phone. He is now the first suspect in her disappearance because her cell phone was found in like his book bag or something like that. He claims he only took it because he didn't want her to find out about that other girl, and he texts Maddie instead of texting that girl. So he's like, crap. So he tried to delete it and stuff. So Simon does not believe that, and Simon literally wants to rip the head off of like Xavier and stuff. Now, one thing I find fascinating about the whole ghost aspect is that you hear Charlie talking about this person died here, these group of kids died here, and all this other stuff. So it seems to be if you're at that school and you die at that school, then you end up back in that school in death and you can't leave there. So that has to make you now wonder, is Maddie truly 100% dead, or is she in a coma? She thinks she's in a coma. I'm pretty sure she's dead. And if she died and she's stuck at that school, then that would mean whoever killed her somewhere at that school, which means her body is somewhere at that school. Because so far, the whole idea, it doesn't seem to be you die off campus and then you end up back there, because nobody else has like died like that from what I've seen. And so like, when she does try to escape like the school and everything, she's like running, which I've never seen her run like ever. I've seen her in so many shows, but I've never seen her run. And so it's cool that I'm like, oh wait, this is like something new. Like I've never seen her run. You never see people run on TV show unless it's like a zombie show or like a cop thriller or something like that. And so she's running and she's running, and then all of a sudden when she steps in one place, she ends up back in the basement of the school. And so she keeps doing this over and over and over, and it is a montage and stuff. And the one girl literally tells him, you tried to jump the gate. Like she's like, you can't leave from here. And so she's determined she's gonna leave, and she keeps ending up back at the school every time she tries to reach the outside of like, you know, the school premise and stuff. So she is literally stuck there. And so like when she is talking to Charlie and everything, she's like, you know, he is trying to help her the best way he can to help her accept her new life in the afterworld, which is really hard for anybody to want to do, you know. And so he tells her, let's go to a place he likes to think. This is a problem I have right here, right now with new age television. He takes her to the boys' locker room, and yes, we see tons of naked boy booty. And I am tired of seeing this. I have made a video talking about how tired I am of seeing this. All you see now is male nudity in like streaming shows. And I get why they're doing it. It's because of the whole Me Too movement and how women were exploited back in the movies and stuff like that. But when you stop and think about it, they would never exploit it in television. It was broadcast TV. There was no nudity in that. There was a chance you can see a glimpse of some in like syndicated stuff, but it's very rare. And at the most part, like I said, when it's rare, it's rare. And pretty much every syndicated show, they dealt in another country like Xena, Sheena, something like that, you will see like a glimpse of it once in the entire series. So it's not like it happened often. So I don't know why they're doing this reverse. What is the reverse of showing it if you never saw that before? And also when you watch all these other movies, how often do you see a female like that unless it's a very R-rated type movie? So I don't understand the double-sidedness of this, you know what I'm saying? And them constantly showing it. Also, not only that, but the people in the locker room are supposed to be depicted as teenagers. Why are they showing new teenagers on the show? I don't understand that. And once again, it's always the male teens they're always doing this with. They did it with the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and so many others. They did it with that new Pretty Little Liars series, and it's just like, why? You're not supposed to depict a teen like that, because there are real nasty perverts in the world like that, and they don't need to get no ideas, you know what I'm saying? And yet I don't understand, we're past the Me Too movement, we're kind of like in the aftermath of it, and we were supposed to learn from that. And a lot of guys hate the Me Too movement. I don't. I enjoyed it because it was a teaching lesson for many. You know, it literally is supposed to teach guys, hey, look, you ain't supposed to do that. That's wrong. This, that. Even if you think it's funny and you think it's cool, it's a big no-no. So it was a teaching lesson for many, I believe. And yet nobody seemed to learn anything anymore because now women are just like writing and doing whatever they want to exploit men. Networks are doing it because they're trying to like justify for women from like back in the 70s and the 80s and stuff. And I've noticed that normally this always happened in a female-led show, or it's an LGBT gay male character that's always like, um depicted as being like the pervert one nowadays. And it's kind of like, I don't understand it. I thought that was supposed to be like a huge no-no and everything. Because if it was a straight male talking about, let's go to my favorite place to hang out, and he would have went to the girls' locker room, people would be in uproar and there would be people online screaming for this show to get taken down. So I don't understand the bias and the double-facedness and the two-faced of it all and stuff like that. Like, you gotta have a balance. Either you show both or you show nothing. I would prefer if they show nothing. And that's not only, there's tons of it in this episode. And then there's a scene with Xavier, because like I think they were about to get caught at school doing something, smoking, like they were smoking something, I can't remember what. And so she hid, and because they was in like the boys' locker room, and so he took off his clothes and went and took a shower, and the coach just saw him taking the shower, and we get to see him, all of him. And I'm just kind of like, why? Why do we need to see that? And why do we need to see it from a character who is supposed to be a teenager? He's an adult in real life, but he's a teen on the show. So I do not understand this double-sidedness and everything. How is this justification if it's still wrong? You know what I'm saying? And that's something they don't want to address on like TV shows nowadays. And so towards the end, when she just wants to keep looking out the window and everything, and keep looking at Xavier because he's now being taken away by the cops, she is next to the window next to Simon, and Simon is still upset. He believes Xavier did something and he wants justice for Maddie. And then she said something to Simon. Now, of course, she goes and he ain't supposed to hear her. Then all of a sudden he turns around and he sees her, and he's all like, Maddie, and she's like, Simon. And so it's kind of like, okay, how is he able to see her if she's supposed to be dead in a ghost? And this has never happened in the past, because Charlie has literally told her this has never happened. And Charlie also witnessed this when he was looking for Maddie. Also, it's weird in this show. Their ghost perception is, okay, say, because there's some kids that don't like her, so now they're setting up this whole mystery of maybe one of the kids murder her and stuff. So somebody wrote something nasty on like a picture of hers that's missing. So she takes the picture and she rips up like the missing sign, and all of a sudden it magically came back. And Charlie told her, you can touch it, but, in our world, it just comes right on back and everything. So their rules are weird, and they can open doors and sit down. It's weird. So you don't see nothing pass through them and stuff. They have the ability to touch something. So she tells, like, the students, no, why can't we like haunt the students and all blah blah, especially all the people who don't like me. They're like, no, we don't do that. Just because we ghosts don't mean we haunt people. So like I said before, the premise is interesting. It's like a mystery of what happened to her, because her memories are slowly starting to come back. And so I don't know how many episodes it is, but I don't know if it's weekly or like you can binge it. But yeah, so it's like quite a roller coaster ride of trying to figure out how she went missing, how she ended up dead, if she's really dead, and how Simon is able to see her. And so I do find that intriguing. So whenever I do get Paramount Plus, even though this is not my type of like series I will watch, I am intrigued nevertheless. And so I will probably finish up on it and stuff. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.